Yo, 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 yo. You global B.I.H's. What's going on, everyone? Hey, look. This is Professor Dave and his finest. Now, this dude, Derek Lambert is his name. David Mythbusters over here on the left side. I don't know any of these guys, but I'm learning this Professor Dave guy. And he is a fucking clown. I swear guys like this, I mean, they're just robot, parrot, shield, goat mouth motherfuckers, don't know shit, don't know anything. Let's get into this video.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have Dave Farina, Professor Dave Explains, with us here at MythVision.
Professor.
How are you, my friend?
Very good. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Look at
I'm
his ass.
excited. Let's have this little discussion on destroying Flat Earth.
Destroying Flat Earth.
Thing to begin with.
Yeah.
There is a movement, though, and it seems like.
Yeah.
Do you think it's picked up some, or do you think it's?
Listen to this guy.
slowed down?
Listen.
It's in its death throes.
You hear that, y'all? We're in our death
Well,
throes.
Your videos have played a huge role, I'm sure, on YouTube for people who are interested. I want to pay attention.
This guy right here,
to
David.
your stuff.
David Weiss, Flat Earth guy. David, man, I commend you, bro.
Like, it's just
I don't know how you did it.
two different, one's on Mars and one's on Earth.
You hear how the Derek, you look how the Derek guy talks about.
about.
Listen to him.
You get frustrated pretty quickly with Flat Earthers, I see.
I get frustrated with globals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of done with it. Like, I have.
He's done with it, yeah. He's
dozens of
debunked it.
different ways, and they ignore any
We
and all
ignore
facts. So in this
all
one, I was
facts.
just like, all right, the only purpose of this interaction is to utterly obliterate and humiliate their one of their icons.
Now y'all hear that, right?
To just show
We ignore facts.
how pathetic.
Keep
it
that
is.
in mind. He said we ignore
This
facts.
guy actually emailed me. What is his name again?
David Weiss.
Okay, David Wise. Yeah, he's emailed me before. And he wanted
Yeah,
to
let's get
say
into this
that,
Flat Earth shit. I don't hear your bullshit, you fucking dummies. Let's go.
As opposed to emails, I may or may not reply if I get too many of them. So
I like to plug, make sure everybody
Professor
knows how they
fucking
can go.
Dave.
Tackle arguments, and I don't want to be rude
Okay.
as much as possible,
Let's
but
go.
I want to make the point that it seems like there's actually more of an underlying issue to this than just the Earth is flat, or observations supposedly of the Earth being flat.
well, yeah, because there are no. I mean, there's nothing scientific about it. It's rooted.
You hear that?
in conspiracy.
Nothing scientific about the
Obviously,
Earth
it's
being a
bottom of the barrel
plane.
for all conspiracy
Nothing scientific
theories.
about the Earth not
And
being a
flat
ball.
earthers that people who believe in flat Earth believe in every other conspiracy.
You hear that?
Every single one.
Is that true?
There's
This is
a
the
lot
most overarching one. You know.
Yeah, there's that's something that I find common is that.
And this Derek guy,
Don't trust
dick
anything
riding
that
the
comes
hell
from
out of
government.
him.
Like all of the people that I've associated with in the past on Facebook that I've bumped into.
Get off Facebook, motherfucker. Go out and meet somebody in real life. Man, let me fast forward. Get to the goddamn shit. We don't want to hear you fuckers hold each other nuts.
And in fact, most of my debunks are focused on that. It has nothing to do with you got told in school. No, anybody can do this. You
Okay,
look
you
at
hear him.
things, you look at stars, you observe.
You hear him.
things,
First
you
word
look
out of his
at
mouth.
the
You
sun,
look at
and
stars. You look at the
use
sun.
basic logic
And you use basic language.
which is why the ancient
Basic
Greeks
logic.
figured it out.
Now he
So,
says the Greeks figured it out.
That's why the conspiracy unravels really, really quickly.
Really?
So,
I agree with you 100%.
Aristophanes, he figured it out with the sun. That could be done with the close local sun. Shadow. Some sticks and some rocks prove the Earth is a ball.
I don't know how you have the patience.
He measured it and
to do
everything.
this sometimes, to be honest with you.
Okay, anyway.
It wears thin sometimes.
Yeah, wears thin with
I'm
some
tired
stupid
of talking
globals.
about flat Earth, but
I know, but I
wanted to-
begged you, didn't
wanted
I?
to
I was
do this
like,
one.
please come on and at least do one. So let's go through 10 quick.
Okay, I don't even know if I can
We're
get
gonna
through
spend
10.
A short amount of time here.
We're gonna
These
do the
should
first
be
three.
easy examples that you can tell for
First
yourself
three,
that
y'all.
the Earth is
Let's
not
see if this
flat.
nigga, Professor Dave, knows what the
Number
fuck
one
he's
that
talking
comes to
about.
mind is the moon. Can you tell us why
The
the
moon.
moon proves the Earth is
The
not
moon
flat?
proves the Earth is not
Right,
flat.
so I did a debunk on this. And,
He did a debunk.
The points I put forward there are that we always see the same face of the moon, right?
Now, time out. Put it on pause. I'm putting it on pause. Now, see what he's doing? See this? You see what he just did? He said we see the same face of the moon. No, you supposed to explain that on a ball, sir. Explain that on a ball if we see the same face. Explain how the moon is out in the daytime. I've heard you say this before, Professor Dave. Blatantly, utterly fucking wrong. Why do we see the same face on the moon on Earth? There's no pictures on the dark side of the moon. All them shit come from NASA. No photographers ever captured the dark side of the moon from wherever the fuck they live on this world. So please, Stop. This is disinformation at its finest. This guy, Professor Dave, you heard him. He says the moon proves the earth is not flat because everyone sees the same face of the moon. Now, people been seeing the same face of the moon for ages. They told us we lived on a ball for ages. So how on your reality world, if it's really a ball, how is everyone seeing the same face of the moon, same side of the moon? You have sat there and tried to put out this thing like seeing the same side of the moon is common on a globe. Explain that on a literal ball, why the moon is flipped in the southern hemisphere. Why? How could it be? How could the sun and moon be out at the same time? People in other parts of the country, other parts of the world, seeing the moon at nighttime when it's lit up, and people at nighttime on other sides in the daytime seeing it when it's not lit up. How's that happening on your ball? That's the shit you got to explain, Professor Dave. You cannot go and see shit that you see every day and put it to our flat earth because our shit is the fantasy world, right? So you have to explain this shit in your globe. You don't give one working logical reason how that shit works on a globe. Let's just keep on going.
And it does rotate depending on your latitude, which also proves the Earth is a sphere. But we all see the same face of the moon. Flat earthers have a tiny little moon very close to their disk, flying around.
And another thing I hate with the flat earth, this is what I hate myself. Guys like this, see, they hear the word flat, and I get it all the time from my people I talk to all the time. I tell them every day, don't even say the word flat no more. Just say the earth ain't a fucking ball. The earth ain't a literal ball. We don't know what it is. Don't give a fuck what it is. We're just telling you what it ain't. It's not a fucking ball. And all these stupid guys like these two guys right here, they hear flat earth. Oh, your pizza, your disc. It's not a disc, you dumbass. It's not a disc floating in space, just like it's not a ball floating in space. Let's keep
going. There is no way in which that can match observation. If the moon is a sphere on their flat Earth, then everybody should be seeing a different face of it.
No, if the moon is a sphere on your globe, sir. You see that? What do you see what I'm telling you? I don't even know what the fuck this motherfucker's gonna say before he said. He just said if the earth is a sphere in our world, it should be people seeing it on the different sides of the moon. But yet, at the same breath, this fool not even attempting to explain how everyone literally does see the same side of the moon. And, this is supposed to be a ball. So explain how that's happening. But he can't. He just washes over and puts it on the flat earth.
It's very close, right? If they want to make it a little spotlight, a little flat spotlight that's going around so that we would all see the same face, then the shape would change. Right? If you take a flat
all this works on the globe model, dude.
Move it around, it's going to
all this is impossible with your fucking globe model. Put it on the flat earth.
If you wanted to make it a sphere and pull it really, really, really far away, like it is in real life, then you can get it to rise or set. Right? The moon rises and sets. If it's way up here, sorry, I can't even see myself on here. If it's way up here, how are you going to get it to rise and set? Right, it appears at the horizon. Right, we can.
Oh my God! Why is the moon bigger at the horizon than it is when it's in the top of the sky? Why can't you answer that on your ball, Professor Dave? Show us how that's possible with your sphere rock dust moon.
Excellent. Yeah.
And look at this guy over here, Derek. Excellent.
Of simple stuff. Full moon, half moon.
Full moon, half moon.
These things wouldn't be as we're perceiving them if it was a disc.
You hear that? If it was a disc. See, this is another stupid shit by these fucking globals. This global magic. He just sits there and says, I want to get him. Let me rewind his fucking dumb shit in.
Observations of the moon are incompatible with a flat earth. End of story.
All of these things wouldn't be as we're perceiving them.
You hear that?
If it was a disc or flat earth.
He said a half moon, full moon, all that would not be if the earth wasn't a ball. So you telling me you guys go outside, look at a little moon, look at the sun, damn near the same size. It's visually the same size. I don't give a fuck what none of you globals say. But you go out and you see the moon above your head with all the stars and everything else, and you actually think that the ground you're standing on has something to do with that moon in the sky. That is pathetic. That is bullshit. That is dumb glober bullshit, indoctrinated bullshit. That's what you are, Mr. Derek, Mr. Dave. Okay? That is bullshit. You are looking at the fucking moon. Why do you think the ground you're standing on has to do with anything in the fucking sky? That's why we keep telling y'all, Stop looking at the sky to determine what the fucking ground is. It's stupid. You playing pool. Oh, I guess the pool table is a ball too because you're playing with balls on top of it. Is my house made of fucking fucking lights because I got a light on top of my ceiling? That mean the whole house made out of lights? It's stupid logic. Stupid logic. The moon does what it does. And I know this Dave guy, since they talking about the moon, he's gonna mention eclipse. Dave, if you love science like you say, bro, if you're really a science guy, you would know the science of shadows, Dave. And whatever's going on during a lunar eclipse in your fantasy world, why doesn't the shadow skew? It doesn't stretch. It doesn't wrap. It doesn't do anything as it moves across the moon. That proves what, Dave? That proves the moon is not a literal ball. It's just a circle we see. We don't know what the moon is. Your scientists that you claim to be and think you are, they say the moon is made of plasma. So only mainstream dummies like you, yeah, and I'm good with the name calling too, only stupid bearded dummies like you, I got a beard too, but you're a dummy. But dummies like you, Mr. Dave, you're the only dummies that think, well, the moon is doing this, so that's what the book says. You're so stupid, Dave. You can't even realize that the way NASA explains the way an a lunar eclipse happens, and then when you watch it, you can't even explain it. It should be a lunar eclipse every fucking day. You say when the Earth comes between the sun and the moon. Doesn't the moon rotate? Like you said, it goes around, it orbits the Earth, right? Doesn't the moon orbit the Earth? Not the sun, no, in your fantasy world. You guys think the sun is still in the center of the universe and the Earth orbits around it, but the moon orbits around the Earth. Just stupid shit. No, motherfuckers, the sun and the moon orbits the Earth because we watch it every fucking day. Like when you bring up your sunset shit. Is the sun not moving? Because in your model, bozo, it says the sun doesn't move. We go around it. So anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But these eclipses, please don't let these globals trip y'all up with these eclipses. Nobody knows what the fuck the moon does. Nobody. We don't know what the fuck the moon face. Look, I do it all the time. A glober fuck like you, Dave, couldn't tell the difference between, if I showed you a picture of one of the moon phases and a part of an eclipse, you couldn't tell the fucking difference. I have pictures I've taken myself, asshole. You cannot tell the fucking difference. And I don't give a fuck what you say. Anyway, let's keep going.
Correct? Yeah. And if it was working in the models that they've presented, of course.
And another thing, here we go with these models. I hate when flat earthers give models. We don't have a model. Nobody has a fucking model. Your globe is fake, and we don't know what the fucking Earth really looks like.
And it just covered.
Period. There's no fucking model.
Doesn't emit light. Well, it's not a source
fucking
of light.
Model.
It has shadows on it.
You see that?
It's very obvious.
You hear that? They said the moon has shadows on it. Now, people, once again, we don't know what the moon is. We take high dollar magnifying glasses, what I call your Celestron telescopes, all them telescopes, the big lenses and refractor telescopes and all the reflector telescopes, all this shit, mirrors and all these shit. Look, they're only magnifying what the fuck is already visible. They don't allow you to see billions and millions of light years away, Mr. Dave. They don't allow you to see billions of light years away. Telescopes. So me saying that, the moon is pretty big. It's the brightest object in the sky, right, during the nighttime. So when you zoom in on it, you can see what it appears to us. That's what it looks like with optical aid. So you can say, oh, yeah, there's some shadows on there. Or it's craters. They're not craters. You don't know what the fuck. People say it's electric, it's plasma. You don't know what the fuck it is, Dave. Another bit of science. If you're so science, a science aficionado, like you say, you would know if there were craters, Dave, I guess from impacts from asteroids that you would believe. Why are all of them just straight down centered at 90-degree angles? None of them skid, none of them made valleys, none of them made rifts, none of them made any kind of marks. None of them. You've seen plenty of movies when asteroids hit shit, Dave. They're not going in all uniform fashion. What, everything hit it from a 90-degree angle, straight from the top, boom, boom, boom. Where are the rocks at that was in them? Did a secret giant come and take the rocks and make the fucking craters? What the fuck happened? You fucking dummies sit here and try to make fun of people. Say, oh, they say the moon is its own light. It's not a light source because it has shadows. No, motherfucker. It's what you perceive with your fucking high dollar telescope that you zoom in on the moon and try to break down every fucking feature on it. When you don't have a telescope and use your own creator-given eyes, you know, your weak eyes that are little eyes, like you said, do you see all that shit on there? You just see it light. When you zoom in on shit, you see shit, Dave. Okay? Stop talking about craters and it's got shadows and all that shit, man. Shut up. Your naked eye can't see shit but a fucking circle in the sky that's making light. And for a fool to say the moon is reflecting sunlight, can you show me a more science for you, Dave? Can you show me the science of how reflected light changes properties? I want to see a science experiment demonstrating that. Can you do that, Dave? No, you can't do it. You can't. You cannot show one science project, one science experiment, one scientific paper that would tell you that light changes characteristics, changes properties simply because it's being reflected. And I say this because you don't know the difference between, clearly, no globe knows the difference between sun and moonlight. And you need to go do some research because I'm not about to sit here and tell you all the fucking clear, obvious reasons, differences between sun and moonlight. Let's keep on going.
Just look at the craters. You zoom
in. Derek, shut the fuck up, man.
Shadow, yeah.
You don't even have to. I've looked at the moon.
I've looked at it from Mount Wilson Observatory.
With a level of detail in the terrain.
Yeah, a telescope, bozo.
It just blew my mind. It's one of my most favorite things I've ever seen.
Oh, looking at the moon is his most favorite thing he's ever did.
You can get a little Celestron, like $200 telescope, and you can look at the moon, and you can see some pretty good detail, and it's very clearly not a luminary body.
It's not a luminary body?
Obvious. And
it's a celestial body, you dumbass, because it's in the fucking sky.
To avoid understanding these very, very, very simple explanations, right? The lunar phases, we're just seeing the half of the moon that is illuminated by the sun. That's it.
Oh, half of the moon. There we go with the lunar phase. They think it's the moon because the moon is a ball, but we just proved the moon wasn't a ball, Dave. So what are the lunar phases? Why can't any of you guys ever create a full moon with a ball? You ever notice that? They always put hold the ball up in the air. And of course, one single light source cannot light an entire sphere. I don't give a fuck how big the sphere is. If it's a marble, tennis ball, basketball, bowling ball, any kind of ball, it does not matter. One light source cannot light the entirety of a sphere. So if the moon is reflecting sunlight, then how the fuck does a full moon happen, people? But anyway, let's just keep going. Dave is
going around us. You can only see something that when light is hitting it, right? Half of the moon that's illuminated by the sun, that's what we see. And so when it's more in front of us, more in between us,
more in front of us, more in between us.
That's the other thing, is flat earthers don't know that the lunar orbit is not flush with the ecliptic, right? It's tilted like 10 degrees. So,
at least they admit the moon moves. It's funny what they talk about the sun. The sun doesn't move though. We watch the sun and moon do the same thing.
The side that's being illuminated, because it's the other side that's away from us. That's a new moon.
It's a new moon.
And then when it's over on the other side, it's a full moon. We can see it. So
it's on the other side. Demonstrate this shit. Science, man. Science. You have none, Dave. You're just talking. You're like a flat earther, right? You're just talking bullshit. Nothing to break it up.
Google image search, and you get hundreds of images. That all, I mean, I understand that
he's a Google guy. You heard him. He said Google.
Lunar phases are, and some people are.
He said Google. This guy couldn't tell you a difference between a lunar phase and a goddamn lunar eclipse. I bet you anything.
It's okay to not know these things, but we have the internet.
And that's a problem with a lot of you globe fucks. Y'all think science has to be equated with space.
For all of these phenomena, and
it's like
to pretend that those
biology,
are
chemistry.
Because you don't understand
all the science, all the different branches of science.
It's really infantile.
Why the fuck do you guys think if we're talking about space is science? No, it's pseudoscience. You can't fucking prove it. You just got to sit back and take your word for it. It's religion.
It's really not that hard to understand. Children understand these things.
Yeah, children understand. They don't live on a fucking ball, you dipshit.
It is a fact, it seems to me. Dunning-Kruger effect
look at
is a real thing. They know more than any astrophysicist, any
astrophysicist. When Neil deGrasse, who's supposed to be an astrophysicist, tell you motherfuckers you can't see curve from up there where the Felix Red Bull jump in, you got dummies like Dave on here. Oh, all you got to do is watch a ship go over the horizon. Oh, you can see it's a curvature, it's curved. You can see it on the Earth.
They're all either morons.
Stupid motherfucker. Look at him. He always.
I'm sorry, how do you have millions and millions and millions of people?
It's not like that, dumbass.
They're all getting paid full salary.
No, dummy.
Play Minesweeper.
No, dummy. No, dummy. They do real work. It's not going anywhere, dumbass.
What do undergrads who are learning science do when they can smell?
See that? You see how he equated science? He said science and thinks it means space shuttles, stars, and planets and shit.
Is it in second year of grad school?
Boy.
Like, where does it happen? And what about the people
Bullshit,
who are
Dave.
approaching that line?
You're not making any points, Dave.
There?
Bullshit.
Isn't one of them going to speak out? Isn't one of them going to make a YouTube video?
Bullshit,
goes, no,
Dave.
I'm a second year grad student in astrophysics, and these guys in cloaks came up to me today with
See how he
a
mocks
briefcase,
him?
and they were like, "Here's $1 million if you don't tell." And this is happening in every single university all over the world, in all of the countries, in all of the sciences.
See how he mocks him?
This is the reductio ad absurdum of flat Earth. This is what they have to believe is happening.
No, we don't.
Either all science is a lie and no one is talking.
No, all science isn't a lie, you dumb fuck. Space pseudoscience. If somebody tells you something, Dave, this is how science works, Dave. If I tell you something, I should be able to go recreate it, demonstrate it, replicate it on any scale, right? That's science. So when some motherfucker in a lab coat standing and telling me that Europa 125 is 57 billion light years away and it's the size of 10 Earths and it weighs the size of 1 million elephants, I'm just supposed to sit on my hands and believe it, swallow it because he said so? See what I'm saying? No way to prove it. If you can't prove it, it's not science. It's a fucking belief, you stupid fuck.
Or all scientists are morons, which doesn't make sense because technology exists. You want to tell me a flat earther can make one of these?
Yeah.
No, they cannot.
How's a compass made, Dave?
They can do nothing.
You don't even know how a compass works. How's a compass made, Dave?
Telling with all the dissertations written in every field.
Look at this fool right here. I don't know which one I dislike more. This fool on the left or this fool on the right.
Presenting their cases, etc.
There are no dissertations wrote. Nobody's writing dissertations on. He didn't see the dude NASA take the go. He didn't see the dude in NASA take NASA to court and win a case in the little mock trial back in the day. He didn't see the goddamn guy in Brevet County get a commission exposing NASA with all their tricks.
Ships and the horizon. I always hear them try to say, "I could see the ship."
Okay, I'm about to end this shit. Here we go. I can't do it no more.
How does the horizon and ships, or the sea, if you will, help prove the Earth is a globe and not flat?
Oh my God.
Yeah, the horizon in general proves the Earth is a sphere. It proves the curvature.
He said the horizon proves the Earth is a sphere. What's the definition of horizon, Dave? I'm sure you don't know it by the way you speak. The definition of horizon, Dave, is the point where land and sky appear to meet. That's it. The point of convergence. That's it, Dave. That's all it is. And we judge the distance based on height. Okay, Dave? When you say the horizon, because you speak on it like it's a physical place. When you say the horizon is proof of curvature, you absolutely don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Dave. You are fucking stupid, Dave. By your logic, I could take a telescope to the top of the World Trade Tower in New York City, and I can't see downtown Chicago from New York. You know why, Dave? You said it's curvature. So by that logic, if I was in an airplane the same height as the World Trade Building and I just flew horizontal in a straight line at that height, I would hit the ground in a certain amount of miles? Is that what you're saying? Because the ground is getting in the way, blocking my vision, you stupid fuck. See how stupid you sound, Dave? If I was on a jetpack, 100 feet in the sky, fuck the World Trade Tower. If I was 100 feet in the sky and I'm going west, I'm gonna run into the ground after a certain amount of miles. Will I run into the ground? That's how stupid you globers sound. You globers sound so stupid. Once again, Dave, this is science. On a sphere, any point on a sphere, the ground is curving away in all directions, you fucking moron. What fucking part of that don't you get? I don't give a fuck how big the ball is. If it's small, the size of a pea, or the size of the Epcot Center, anywhere you stand on the motherfucker, the entire surface is curving away. So the fact that you say, oh, you got to keep looking, go to the horizon, watch your boat, keep watching it. When it vanishes, oh, no, you stupid fuck. You're doing it with optical aid, Dave. If we go to the beach, me and you, we can't see the ship forever. That's what they believed back in Christopher Columbus days. You know, when Dave was telling you that, when Dave West was telling you that, and you like, nobody has ever said anything about your flat earth, and you're just saying that. No, you're stupid, Dave. You're fucking stupid. You don't know shit, Dave. You think you're smart. That's why you do this shit. You're stupid. You are a fucking clown and a joke, Dave. Anyway, you sit here and say that, oh, boats go over the horizon and they say you can bring it back in and keep watching, keep watching. Dave, I done heard you say this on many occasions. Back in the Christopher Columbus times, They didn't have telescopes and all the binoculars and shit. When they watched the boat leave sea and it vanished from their eyes, they believed it fell off the flat earth. They went over a hill or whatever. That's what they believed, Dave. Christopher Columbus went out and they said, I know it's bullshit, but they said he proved the earth was a globe. He discovered America, right? Isn't that what they say? So obviously they had been talking about this shit way before your little puny ass, dipshit brain ass came around and start trying to act like you some flat earth crusher. Anyway, Dave, if you go to the horizon, it's not a real place, Dave. It's just a point of convergence. If you go out to the beach in a boat, you think you're going sideways when you get to that horizon? Dave, no, your eyes are literally working how you think. You cannot see forever, Dave. When you go out there, you're seeing your vision converges, and it has to converge with the sky and the ground. That's your horizon. You go higher to see further past the horizon. You bend your fingers in there like this, Dave. See how your fingers like that? No matter how high or low I go, I can't see the front of my fingernail. You see that? Because I'm curved. It's a ball. I made my fist a ball. Can I see? Can I see my fingernails? If I go high, if I go high, low. Doesn't matter, Dave, how high I get. How high I go, I will never, ever be able to see my fingernails, Dave. Simple. You fuckers think the earth is fucking curving. Look, Dave, you know why you can't see with your fancy dancy telescope from New York? I can't see the World Trade. From the top of the World Trade Tower to downtown Chicago. You know why I can't see it, Dave? You can't see forever, Dave. You know what's in between New York and Chicago? Indiana and Ohio. Some of the flattest states out here. There's no curvature. Every building in Ohio is built on level ground. Every fucking house is built on a level plot of land. All buildings are built on level plots of land there. Okay, Dave? Science. You say the horizon is real? A real place, Dave. Do you know the science of water? Fluid dynamics, you fool. You cannot show a body of contaminated water. Contained water, excuse me, I said contaminated, but you cannot show a body of contained water, the surface of that contained water curving, Dave, because it doesn't curve, Dave. A cup, a bowl, a tub, a sink, a pool, a lake, a ocean. The surface doesn't curve, Dave. Man. And these fools think when a tide comes and shit, they think it's like taller on this side and lower on this side. No. The water is receding because it's all hooked into one another, motherfucker. It's getting low on this side and high on that side. It's not fucking piled up on one side and higher than another. It's water, you dumb fuck. Man, let's keep going.
A horizon is an artifact that would not exist if there were not curvature.
You hear that?
You wouldn't see a sharp limit.
He doesn't know how your eyes work.
How far we can see. Right, and so
and they're eating it up, yeah,
obvious,
right?
The proof,
no explanation. Look, talking about flat earthers again, can't explain this shit.
Something that was noticed hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
There we go again.
Ships that went out to sea.
There we go. What I say? I can break this fool down for. Look, I'm cutting this shit off. I'm cutting it out. I tried, y'all. I gave him 30 minutes. I gave him roughly 27 minutes, 28 minutes, and we only got through 3 points. See that? And this shit is an hour and fucking 13 minutes. God damn. Professor Dave, you are a fucking douchebag punk bitch. Dog, you want to get disrespectful. I like how you do your shit. But Dave, face to face, you wouldn't do that shit, Dave. I doubt you keep that same energy face to face, Dave. I would beat you the fuck up, Dave. You ever thought about talking to me the way you talk to people, talk about flat earthers on this goddamn internet? Flat, and excuse me, I'm about to change my name because they flat, no. Earth, not a globe, Fred. I'm out.